Welcome to Aprons Off, the show where we don't really cook and kind of just hang out with one another. Today we are going to be talking about our horror dinner date stories, and after we hear all of our stories, we're going to vote on which one was the worst.
Which one of us is the worst at love? Find out on Aprons Off.
Lily, we can start with you. Tell us what was your worst dinner date experience?
Okay, so I'm not a fan of bodily fluids on my face, but this is the story of the
That's a great way to start.
I was on a date with this guy, and it's pretty early on, and we are at this sports bar called Trophy Wife in Silver Lake, and we're
so many details. He's gonna know you're talking about it.
I know. To set the scene, it's wintertime, it's a little dry outside. The bar is long, but we are at one end of it, and then the bathroom is at the other, just for reference. You'll know why later. So we're having some drinks, having a good time, eating a little food. The place is starting to fill up a little bit, and we're feeling good. So we're feeling a little PDA.
What number date is this?
2. Second.
Oh, PDA on a second date.
Yeah, we're feeling a little frisky.
Okay.
So we go in for a little kiss at the bar.
Wait, little
okay.
Or like this?
No, so yeah, it ends up being a full-on makeout, and we're being those people
dude.
at the bar.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, I just, Anyway, too many drinks. It's a full-on kiss, and then all of a sudden, I feel this kind of warm liquid on my face. And I'm like, he was sniffling earlier, and he probably has a cold or something. Maybe it's a little snot, which is a little gross.
Oh no!
Maybe it's too much saliva. It probably looks really disgusting, but we keep going. And then a few seconds,
through.
We power through. A few seconds later, he gasps and pushes me away. He's looking at me like he just made out with his grandmother. And then I'm looking at him. And then I look at him and realize what's going on. And I'm looking at him like I just made out with my grandfather. And he is running for napkins. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I get bloody noses really bad in the wintertime.
He bled on you?
There's blood all over my face, all through my teeth.
Oh.
And now I'm tasting it. And I'm disgusted because I don't like other people's blood in my mouth. I don't care how hot you are.
Ew,
Megan
Ellie.
Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, they liked it. So some people do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie.
Okay,
Swabbing blood.
maybe I can get into it. I don't know.
It's all his time.
So yeah, at this point, I'm I need to go to the bathroom, which I said earlier was across the bar. So I'm running through these people with blood all through my teeth, all over my face to try to get to the bathroom. And of course there's a line, and there's a girl
They
in front
didn't
of me.
move out of the way?
Well, she didn't realize that I had blood all over my face. And she looked up at me and was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Thinking it's my own blood. And I said, no, it's fine. It's not my blood. And now she's freaked out because why do you have this other person's blood all through your teeth? And she's trying to get away from me. But anyway, that guy's name is Alex, and we're still
No way! Get this. That's a masterclass in storytelling.
Holy crap!
Down to talking about the humidity in the atmosphere to set this. Damn.
Oh my
Insane.
gosh! And how long
Damn.
have you guys been together?
almost 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bleed on your girl
Bleed
on
on
your
your-
second date.
Blood pack.
That's the secret.
That's how you
the
do
secret
it.
to romance.
Sports bars in Silver Lake.
I don't know how either of us are gonna
I can't top that at all. I can't top that. And
I
I'm
can't
not gonna
top that.
try, but I'll get into
tell
mine.
Tell us about your story, Josh.
So this is the only date that I've been on in my adult life because I was with somebody in college. You all know the story. It worked out terribly. But point is, first time I was ever single in my adult life, and I went out on a date from somebody that I didn't meet on an app. I am a huge fan of online dating because you get a chance to actually know who somebody is, at least a little bit. You know who they want you to think they are, at least. So you know what they like. They have certain hobbies, you have certain interests, etc. But I met somebody in the wild and asked him out on a date because they came up to me at the gym and they just went, "Is that a tattoo of a sport?" And I was like, "Yeah."
That's a red flag.
They initiated physical contact first, and you were like,
Yes, because I didn't think that happened. I was like, what is this, a sitcom? This is incredible. And so I got her number and I asked her out, and I was initially like, hey, you want to go out to dinner? And she was like, I'd rather do coffee first, which I'm immediately just like, oh, coffee date, whatever. But she asked me to this cafe that served lunch and whatnot, and so I assumed we'd be eating there, and so I, dehydrated myself and got a sick pump on, so I looked really big, because we met at the gym. She's a big fitness person. That's all I knew about her. Again, didn't meet on an app, so I didn't know how to tell anything about her. But we show up to the coffee shop, and I immediately am like, hey, so like, we're eating lunch? And she was like, no. And I'm like, well, I need a sandwich or I'm gonna pass out. That was already weird. But then after her first words to the cashier, I knew immediately that this is never going to work out because she goes, I want an oat milk golden turmeric latte extra hot. If it's not hot enough, I will send it back. And I was like, oh, this is why you don't just go out with strangers. And so I was immediately like, I don't want to do this. And then throughout the entire date, I was trying to just end it immediately. She'd be like, I go up to strangers at the gym and I tell them their form's bad and that they need to stop that. And I just go, I'm ethically opposed to you doing that. I think it makes you a bad person. She was like, you're so funny. I'd be like, I'm not kidding at all. And then she said it was my male privilege that I'm allowed to have bad lifting form. And I was like,
What the hell?
of all the things I have male privilege for, that's a really weird one. Point is, the date was going so badly that I was just trying to say things to self-immolate, right? To be like, let's get this over with. I said something, and then she, in a huff, just grabs her jacket and her keys, slings it over her shoulder, and goes, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, oh, thank God she left. But she goes to the bathroom, right? And I'm like, if she's gone, I'll time it, and if she's not back in 8 minutes, I'm gonna leave. And then, you know, she'd forgotten her purse there, though. And so I was like, she must have just left without her purse, but she had her keys in her jacket, so it was like reasonable that she could have just left this bag. I time 8 minutes, and then I take her purse, and I go up to the cashier, and I'm like, I'm just gonna give this to him, say, hey, my date ghosted on me, she forgot this, she's gonna come back for it. And then as I'm grabbing her purse and slinging it over my shoulder, I'm walking towards the front door, and she comes out of the bathroom, again, like 8 minutes and 37 seconds later. Listen, if you got IBS, you know, that's totally cool. But again, if you're on a dating app, we probably would have talked about that before, and so I would have known. This is why you don't meet people in the wild. So anyway, she thinks I'm stealing her purse. So she goes, what the hell, are you stealing my purse?
She said stealing my purse.
She said, are you stealing my purse? And then immediately I'm walking out with her purse, so I don't know how to say that I'm not. Go ahead.
Is she like, are you stealing my purse? Or she's like, are you stealing my purse?
It was somewhere in between because she was, I don't know, I couldn't get a read on any of her emotions throughout the whole thing because, you know, I was trying to just self-immolate the date.
Sure.
Yeah, and so I just go, oh no, I thought you left. And she goes, why? I was having a really great time.
Oh.
And I was like, I was literally just like, how? And I was like, based on every single thing that you have said today, I don't believe that we are ever going to see eye to eye on anything in the world. And then she just kept going, you're so funny. I love when you say stuff like that. And I was like, how are you
Who is this girl?
I like her coffee order. I don't mind her coffee
She
order.
sent it back. It wasn't hot enough, and she sent it back, and I
maybe that's
immediately
why.
wanted to crawl into a hole and die.
Yeah.
So anyways, and then I decided to be, I just got out of a relationship. And then she went, you need time to heal. I could tell from your aura. And I was like, thank God. And eventually I left. But yeah, my date was taking a poop and thought that I was stealing her purse.
Did you see her at the gym again, or no?
Yeah, once. Like, deep, though. I was like, she was off on an elliptical, and I was like, I'm going to run to the squat rack. And yes.
Oh my gosh.
I don't skip leg day. So that's my... Honestly, I don't have that many bad horror stories, because, like, I'm pretty awesome on dates.
I mean, I'm sure you're good in real life. I'm sure you're good in a romantic setting.
I can be very romantic.
That's really cringe. Your date was like cringy,
Yeah.
I'd say. Like there were just so many uncomfortable moments. Like the latte order, I understand why you felt that way.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for my story?
Yeah,
Yes.
what's your story?
Okay, I've gone on a lot of bad dates.
Okay.
I've been on some really bad ones, some kind of bad ones, whatever. But this one is one of the few dinner dates I went on. At this point, whenever I was like, let's say like 22, I like knew how to date kind of. So I would know when I would meet with someone, like I would know like, oh, like you don't just go on a date and you don't talk to them beforehand on the phone, or you don't like ask about them. You like have to know who these people are before you go out with them. Well, at least that was my mentality at 22. I was on the apps.
Yeah, which app?
Okay,
Shout them out.
So
shout 'em out.
this app in particular was Hinge, but I was on Hinge as well as J-Swipe,
Yeah.
which is Jewish Christian mingle for young professionals.
No. J-Swipe is Jewish Tinder, because then...
No, it's not as bad as Tinder.
No,
People find long-lasting, loving relationships on J-Swipe. So I link up with this guy, and he looks like a really great guy, very established, nice, forward, which I liked. And he's like, we start like texting, and he's like, let me give you your number, I wanna call you. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, we're gonna talk on the phone. I'm gonna hear his voice. So we're talking, and I'm like super into it. And then he's like, I'm gonna ask you to go out with me in like a few days, whatever. I'm gonna order you an Uber, like I'm just gonna take you wherever you wanna go. And I'm like, oh my God, I've never had a guy order an Uber for me, like pick me up and take me to date. I feel like I'm being chauffeured around the place. So, you know,
Is that all it takes to impress them? It's like, hey, punch your address in an app. And
I
know
mean,
where you live.
it was like chivalry adjacent, you know what I mean? Also, I was 22 years old, I didn't know. Like
Diet 0-calorie chivalry.
Yeah, I didn't really know, but I was like, oh my God, this is like so classy. Like he's calling an Uber to pick pick me up, and it's a black Uber.
Oh, that's nice.
It's not a Toyota Corolla rolling up, honey. It's one of those big black Escalades.
Oh, nice.
So he picks me up, and then I get dropped off, and then he's at the front, and he's holding a rose, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. He's wearing a nice like little leather jacket, like he looks really cool and whatever. And then we're at dinner. We take a seat, and then he orders like so much alcohol, like too much alcohol
For
a
both
first-
of you or for
himself.
Oh.
So he just starts taking different shots of different alcohols, and he's like, yeah, I know you're into food, whatever, because at that time I was working at like a chocolate store, whatever. And he's like drinking different. He's like, try this liqueur. He's like trying to get me drunk, and I'm like, I'm like, oh, like I don't drink that much on a first date. And he's just taking these shots, trying to impress me by how much alcohol he can drink.
Oh.
And then
frat rules, baby.
you know, by the time our food comes and we order it, he's pretty much like this. And he's just weaving back and forth. He's like, chicken tender. And I'm just like he can't even eat. He can't see straight. He can't do anything, right? So at this point, I'm like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
So I say, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
That's how people leave
Bathroom.
dates. That's how people leave dates.
8 minutes.
But she
you got
just had
8
to-
minutes.
And I call my best friend Debbie at the time. Like, Debbie, pretend you're like my grandma and you're in the hospital and I gotta go. So she's like, okay. And then I go sit down. He's honestly not even aware of this. I just do this for my own personal well-being to know that I'm not a bad day. He's a bad day.
Yeah.
So and then he pretty much passes out almost. And he's like this. I didn't even get a chance to tell him that my grandma was in the hospital. So the waiter like taps me on the shoulder, and she's like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Is he okay? And I'm like, this is a first date. I've never met him before. This is our first time. He got way too drunk. Like, I don't know what to do. She's like, just leave. I'll take care of it.
Aw.
Wow.
Also, it was a female waitress, very, very nice. So I call myself an Uber. Not a black one. I roll up in the Toyota Corolla, and I go home, and then I never hear from him again.
How? There was no second date?
No.
But he could drink so much. That's sick, dude.
I think he realized that. I think he realized it just wouldn't work out. He passed out on a first date from being drunk.
Well, do you think
Didn't
that
vomit though.
you were like, your beauty and grace was so intimidating that he was like, gosh, I just need a way to cope with this.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm really beautiful and graceful. I don't know. I don't know. It was weird. I've never been with someone that's just so explicitly down to get that drunk before meeting someone for the first time. It was weird.
You gotta, as a guy, you have to like, go off of the other person's drinking habits. It's like if they get another drink, you can never order another drink before.
Especially shots.
Especially, just don't do
like-
shots on a first date. That's
No.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know what happened though. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he survived. I don't know
never
anything.
left.
I also left the rose because I'm like,
no.
I'm not gonna take that token. But yeah, it was pretty bad.
Wow.
Pretty tragic. I'm just glad he didn't vomit on me or on the food.
Have you guys ever
Yeah.
pooped on a date?
Huh?
Like during the middle of a date, like you just have to go to the bathroom.
No.
And you're like,
I
gotta
always
get it
have
out.
diarrhea, so yeah.
What?
I have IBS, undiagnosed,
That's what this
personally diagnosed.
The girl I was on. Okay, let's talk about juice for a second. A lot of us have digestive issues. This is a fact. The statistics are there. This person that I was on a date with was a Jewish woman.
Okay.
And so I'm saying Jewish girls going on dates.
Hot Jewish girls have IBS.
Hot Jewish girls poop on dates, and we have to be real about that, and that's a normal human
Yeah, girls
reaction
fart.
to have.
Girls fart.
Girls fart. Girls poop. And I think.
No,
and
you
some-
hold that in. You hold that in until after.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should vote on
I farted in an Uber once during a date.
That's bad.
windows up, windows down.
I farted outside the Uber, but it followed me into
No.
the Uber.
That is.
And it was
Like a
cold, so the
phantom.
windows were up.
Like a
and
phantom.
when it's cold, the hot air rises.
I think we should vote on whose story was the worst.
Oh my God! There's an easy one.
Yeah. This one.
Cheese and rice lily. That's monstrous.
Also, the fact that it has a happy ending and you guys have been together for 5 years is honestly pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
But I do like a bodily fluid on the face.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God! That means somebody won.
No.
What did we win?
Silly, that doesn't mean anybody's a winner.
I won the money. The money
is Amy-
mine. I won the money.
It means,
win the money.
It means-
money is mine.
that sound of the bell means we have to answer someone's advice question. I am Grace, also known as Audie Chapin says, how to cook better, not mess up / accidentally skip steps with ADHD. 30 seconds on the clock, Lily. Take it away.
Hey Autumn, so I feel like just measing everything out, so preparing everything, doing all your knife cuts, getting everything ready that doesn't actually require the heat or cooking at all. And if you have all of that ready, and then you can follow the steps slowly, because I think a lot of times people take recipes and go step by step and they're like, oh no, I gotta cut the onion, but this thing is like burning on the burner. So just doing all of the prep before, and then you can cook a lot slower and easier.
Should I go now?
No, can I go? Because I want to be a direct response to Lily.
Sure, go ahead.
That's the worst advice I've ever heard. Here's the thing, Lily's the most organized person that I've ever met. You with ADHD are never going to be like her. No, you're like me. People don't change. They rarely even improve. So what you need to do is you need to learn to adapt. You're going to cook your way through a recipe, and you're going to forget things, and you're going to skip steps, but then you learn how to adapt on the fly and be like, oh, I can throw the vinegar in now, even though I forgot it then, and then you'll build up enough sort of practice to where you understand how to cook on the fly. That's why I don't bake, because I suck at it. But I'm an awesome cook because I know how to adapt.
Just skip the steps.
Yeah, screw it.
It's okay.
Who cares?
You're gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna make mistakes. Thank you so much for watching Aprons Off. If you would like us to answer your question, go ahead and write it in the comments. We would love to give you our genuine advice. Give us a hug. Come on, bring it in. Bring it in, everybody. We'll see you next time.
The perfect complementary bottoms to one of our best-selling hoodies. Complete your set with the new Mythical tie-dye logo joggers at mythical.com.